Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to our channel. Y'all already know, REDFANTV. I'm your girl, Red.
And I'm your girl, Fantasia.
And this is the quarantine struggle.
Yes, it's been a couple of months now. Actually, it's almost been a year.
It's going to be a year. This is December, so our quarantine for us started in March. So
it did, and we thought it was going to last about 2 weeks, and then it turned out to be 6 months about?
More than 6 months now.
Yeah.
More than 6 months now.
Well, I mean, states have opened up. We opened up. Business obviously opened, but we, for our jobs, she hasn't gone back in.
Yeah, no, I've been working from home since March.
I've been working from home as well, but unfortunately I started going back to work twice a week, and that has been a little scary.
Yeah, like nobody really wants to be outside. Like we go outside,
but barely
just really to go like food shopping or like some necessity, but we're not like hanging out. Yeah, like really to get food. We've gone to the mall a couple of times, but it's really if we had to pick up something. It's been a really crazy year. So
fucked up year, man.
Let's talk about like when we first heard about coronavirus. Like, what did you first think when you heard about coronavirus?
I thought it was nothing. I thought it was something that was like came and went kind of thing, but it didn't. It kind of stood here and it's still among us. But what you thought?
Man, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I was just like, yeah, that's a lie. I don't believe that, because I'm real big on like I don't believe what the media says anyway half the time, because they it's all about ratings and stuff. So I was like, man, it's whatever.
Yeah, I started to take a little bit serious when Red actually came to my house in Brooklyn, and she helped an old guy.
So I was down visiting her in Brooklyn. And, I have a soft spot for people. I think I'm like a humanitarian.
I think I'm a humanitarian as well.
Alright, so this old man was crossing the street, and he looked like he was dying. He was wheezing, he was sweating, like he was hunched over.
Really bad, though.
Really bad. And he was like in the middle of the street, and people were just like walking by him. So me, being me, I was like, man, let me go help this guy. And I hooked his arm.
She
like
held
this,
him like this. I
gripped him. And I was like, all right, come on, sir. First of all, he put all of his body weight on me, so like I was hanging down. So I'm here, the guy's here, and Fantasia's on this side of me, whatnot. She was giving me a look like,
I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing?
I know you playing. Man, he was sweating. He could have had COVID number 1. Forget COVID-19. I think he might have had COVID number 1.
Yeah, he looked sick. Like, we don't know what he had, but she went out her way and she helped him, which was nice,
Because my thing was just like, that's somebody father, like.
Somebody grandpa.
Right. And it's like, I couldn't pass the guy. And then it wasn't until like a couple weeks later where COVID really started getting like out of control. And we were really
bad.
What if that guy that I helped in the street had it?
I'm a hypochondriac. If you guys don't know what that means, it means that you're always thinking something is wrong with you. Like you think that something is always happening.
She Googled diagnosis herself like you wouldn't believe. Like, I mean, if it's up to Fantasia, forget about it. Like, we start planning her services like right now, because she gonna go on Google and diagnose herself with everything that
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I can't help it. But it was great of her to do so. But then again, fast forward to when quarantine was really happening, we went for a shoot. We were doing the Aaliyah tribute, and when we were leaving, we were we were driving off, and there was someone on the corner who fucking fell from a wheelchair.
Out of a wheelchair.
And I was like, babe, oh my God, there's someone that fell. We should go help them. Like, people were walking by this person and didn't even help, didn't even look like.
She's talking about it like we actually did something about it, because we didn't.
We didn't.
We drove up next to the guy, we rolled the window down, and we were just like,
making sure he was fine.
You all right?
Yeah, but someone eventually helped him, I think. Within that person's circle, but we even tried to tell the security guards that were at a hotel nearby, and they didn't even come out. Like,
nobody wanted to,
So like, it's crazy times.
It's crazy times. It's just people. You can't even be normal. You can't be yourself. Like, I'm a really like at work at least like a huggy feel, like, oh my God, hi, how are you?
She's so sweet. I'm not that person. I'm just like, hey.
Yeah, no, I give out hugs at work and stuff, and it was funny because like right before we started working from home, like I had a meeting where I had to like but get information about COVID and stuff, and like I was hugging everybody like, oh hey, and then the meeting was like, so stay 6 feet apart, and I was like, oh my goodness, I just hugged everybody in the room. So it got really quick.
It did. I mean, I don't hug anyone anyways, so.
She's not like really friendly like that.
Stop it. I'm friendly.
No,
but I don't like.
She's not gonna run up to people and be like, oh my god, hi, and hugs.
No,
and
I just, number one, that's not the type of person that I am. Unless like I really, really know you and I really, really miss you, then yeah. But
that's
like,
me every day, you know what I'm saying?
That's her every day. Like, she just goes up to people like, oh my god, I haven't seen you in like a day. Oh my god. It's just been a day. Calm down. But COVID has been really a life-changing thing for the entire world. It just isn't a one-person thing. It really has affected so many families, so many different people at work, just anyone around you. So, we try our best to reach out to a lot of people to see how they're doing and,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, quarantine depression is real. There's a lot of things like the depression, the anxiety, you feel like isolated.
Yeah.
And then you have like, for me at least, the weight gain.
For me too.
Yeah, like the weight gain has been real because it's just like you're home. I didn't realize that when I'm not home, I kind of eat as I go. Like I don't have 3 meals a day. I work long hours. But when you're home, you have nothing but access to the fridge all day long. And I like to cook, so I cook. You know what I'm saying? You like my meals?
I love your meals. I don't cook, guys. I'm not the cooker. I don't like to be in the kitchen.
Although she did learn how to make white rice during this quarantine,
which you appreciate me for.
Because now I know how to make white rice. Prior to quarantine, I was eating minute rice.
Yo, if y'all make minute rice, I don't know what the F is wrong with y'all. That tastes.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible.
Babe, it's bad.
It's passable.
She made it one time for Thanksgiving. I think that was like last year.
No, that was rice pilaf.
They were both disgusting.
Rice pilaf is good.
I was like, but it was off. She didn't make it like homemade. It was from a bag, so maybe homemade pilaf would be good. But the pilaf that she purchased, it wasn't at all. It was just like, no. I'm gonna learn how to make white rice, and I'm gonna teach you, and that's what happened. So I think that's a good thing.
That's one positive thing. That was one positive thing that came out of the quarantine, because honestly, there really, for me personally, have not been a lot of positive things during this time. I lost my dad during the quarantine. I don't want to talk too much about it because I get pretty upset in my feelings about it. But that was just not a good look. That was in May. So we had already been in quarantine for a couple months, and that actually can lead into our living situation. So a couple of weeks before my dad passed, Fantasia decided she was going to come stay with me for a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, I came in what? April?
March, mid-April.
Mid-April. I was only supposed to be here for like 3 weeks.
Right, because her thing was, well, I want to spend some time with my family, so I'm going to come stay with you for like 3 weeks because I'm sure like by May or June, everything's going to be back to normal.
Yeah. That didn't happen.
So I was like, cool. I was like, all right, that sounds good, whatever. So she came out here, and the first 3 weeks was crazy. We had some crazy arguments, I think, in like the first week and a half, because we are very volatile together. Like, yo, it's like fire and fire. Yeah. And so that first week was crazy, but then like it calmed down and we was good. And then I got a call that my dad was sick, and it didn't look good. And then on May 12th, my dad passed away. And so she obviously was going to leave. And so
I obviously wasn't. I mean,
and then she never left.
I didn't
want her to go, but she never left either.
Yeah, I didn't want to go because obviously I enjoyed my time with her, but it wasn't the right time either for me to leave her alone. She was, going through a lot of depression, and she still is. So it's been hard, like extremely hard for her, because she's on top of that, she's lost a lot of other people that she knew, a lot of other family members. So, leaving someone alone in this type of like environment, things that are happening right now, especially that's really something hard to deal with. So I didn't want to leave. Like, I'm your backbone.
Yeah.
And, whatever hurts her kind of hurts me as well. So, I didn't know how to deal with this either. So we're kind of just learning, how to deal with grief together. I mean, we haven't been together for a really long time. It's been 2 years now.
2
years and like
She's
2 years.
Smoking some. So that's a debate. That's a story for another video. We're not even gonna talk about how long we've been together, because her and I have 2 different ideas about how long we've been together, like a whole year's difference. So
but I mean, being in a relationship.
In my mind, we've been together going on 3 years. In my mind.
Well, we're about to go on 3 years.
No,
babe.
Technically, this is 2. But in my mind, it's 3. I'll tell you why. I'll just tell, even though the story's for another video. The reason why in my mind it is 3 years, it's because from the moment I met you, nobody else really could catch my attention like that. So even though we wasn't officially together for like the first 6 months of our friendship, I mean, you had my attention.
You gonna make me cry?
I'm just saying. I'm keeping it real. Like, she had my attention from day one. So to me, it's just like 3 years of knowing you was 3 years of being with you.
He's so cute.
I know, that's why
you deserve a kiss, but I got lip gloss on.
Okay. So back to the depressing stuff. So then, like, right after that, I lost my cat. And
Erica,
you know, some people might not think it's a big deal to lose a pet, but man, listen, I had Erica, God rest little Erica, for 15 years. Best cat on the planet.
she's so cute, and I'm not a cat person.
She hated cats when I met her.
Yo,
Hated cats. She was like, ew, you let that cat on your bed? Ew, cat.
I just, you know, I've had pets growing up, but I never had a pet that I was able to grow with. So I never really liked having a pet. I never really liked cats because they shed hair too much. But when I got to meet Erica, I was like, you leave her, like, sleep in your bed? Like, what's up with that? And then, like, through time, I was left alone with her, and I had no one to cuddle with. And so little Erica would just come next to me, and
Erica was not little, by the way. Erica
you know,
was a big,
she
orange,
was
fluffy,
but I
beautiful
say
cat.
little because that's my way of saying, like, oh my gosh, she was just so cute. She was a bundle. Like, she was just so sweet.
Yeah.
And I
so
miss her.
that was crazy because we lost Erica, like, it was August 5th. And it was overnight almost. Like,
It was her birthday.
Yeah, it was her. She was gonna be 15 that day. I woke up in the morning and I knew it was time, so we had to call someone to come put her to sleep. And I had her cremated, and she's here because I just was not going to just leave my cat to just throw her out somewhere. So, yeah, so, you know, it's been a really crazy year.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more we could really talk about it. It's just been really crazy. We've been wanting to start our channel back up. We just haven't found the right time.
For sure this time.
Yeah. And so because Fantasia's never left, again,
Might as well.
she's here. We're here. But to say, prior to COVID and prior to the quarantine, she was not trying to move in together.
I wasn't. And it's just a different conversation because I think overall, despite the bad things that have happened for 2020, we've gotten a lot closer. And I mean, like, relationship wise, I mean, like, getting to know each other a little bit more, even though we already knew each other, but I mean, like, a more intimate level, more of a relationship level, more like a trust relationship. I think
it's like a trial run, right? I don't know how many of you guys experienced this in your relationship, but for us, this was like a trial run of what it would be like to live with each other. I know now that I need a female in my life that is super domestic in, like, house stuff, because yeah, I'm no good. Like, whenever she goes back home for the weekend to see her family, man, it's a disaster.
Man, I come back here and there's fucking a mess.
It's a disaster.
Todos los lados, everywhere. But she's the cook. I'm like, you know what? I can be the cleaner. I can organize stuff and, you know, get cute things for the apartment, and you could just make me food.
Yeah, she actually, for Thanksgiving, she, like, decorated the bathroom really cute with, like, some frilly things, and I'm just not girly like that. It's funny because I'm girly in certain things, but not other things, and, like, that's not one of them. Like, I can't do decorations.
And I can't complain because I like that. I like the fact that she can just make the meal, and I could just sit down, and she sits down when I'm cleaning, or sometimes she does help out. But it kind of works out for our relationship. But I definitely think that 2020 has really brought us a lot closer, just because we were going through some issues before getting into
that's another video as well.
Yes, it is.
We'll get into it. What did we do for New Year's? What oh, I remember what we did for New Year's. Do you remember what we did for New Year's?
Didn't we go somewhere?
We went to somebody's house for New Year's, remember?
Yes, we did.
And we had a couple of drinks that day, remember?
Yes, we did.
But we did the right thing. We took an Uber. Remember that? We left the car in Brooklyn.
Yeah, we did.
See, be smart, people. And this is like a PSA. Don't drink and drive, man. It's a bad thing. And it's funny because we had so much fun on New Year's Eve. I had forgot that we left the car, but we actually did. We left the car parked in Brooklyn. And we took an Uber to Queens. We went to someone's house. You know, we had some fun there. And then I think we ended up in a hotel. We didn't have contact solution. And I bought contact solution from the guy, and he said his name was something exotic, and I was like, that's not. I was like, that's not your name. But point being, every New Year's you have like a New Year's resolution, or you're like, oh, this year is gonna be the year. Now 2020 for everybody just seemed like it was gonna be the year. Like, yo, it's 2020.
Oh, yeah,
wasn't the year.
It definitely wasn't.
Yeah, what did you plan to do for 2020?
If you guys don't know, or for those of you who do follow us and know what we're about individually, I do makeup, and I do content about makeup, obviously, so makeup tutorials and anything about makeup and skincare and hair. So I wanted to take my makeup to a different level, which I wanted to build my own portfolio. I wanted to book some studios, get some models, get people to just come and do free makeup and just free shoots, as well as, you know, video and pictures, obviously. But that didn't happen. Man, that was a bummer, because I really want to do something other than what I do for work, and I want to make makeup a full-time job. And like, now I can't, because I don't want to. I mean, I probably can go out and do people's makeup, but it's not something that I feel comfortable doing, especially with COVID going around and things like that. So I think a lot of people aren't even doing their makeup anyways to really go anywhere. So unless it's like celebrities who have like shoots and video stuff, but other than that, it's just like, that was a plan I really wanted to achieve, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I had any definite plans for 2020. I just man, I don't know. I think I just wanted to have a good year. I wanted to kind of get in shape a little better. You know, go out, be creative, shoot some videography, because I do pictures and videos as a hobby. And we just couldn't really get out in the streets and be out there for 2020. So a lot of the content that's been, all of the content that's been on both of our pages have just been here in the house. Just like this setting here.
Right. So what is your goal now?
Man, my goal for 2021, number one, is to stay healthy. You know, I can't even count on two hands the amount of people that I personally know that died from COVID this year. And that's what has made this year really hard, because I know so many, at least I'm going to estimate about 25 people that I know personally died from COVID. And so moving into the new year, I have to be, number one, thankful to even be alive, and number two, make sure that I stay as healthy as I possibly can. That's really my goal for 2021, is to just stay healthy and alive. And positive, because it's hard to be positive right now.
Absolutely, I definitely agree. That would probably want to be one of the things that I really want to do, is just take care of my health, make sure that we're all good, and I really want to book more appointments for like health. I mean, like, I feel like obviously this year we haven't been able to really go get checkups, because a lot of people wasn't COVID, and you know, you just don't want to risk yourself. So I really want to make sure that all the, you know, things I need to get done in healthcare gets done this year, this upcoming year. And then overall, I just want to make sure that we get closer to our families. Red has a lot of family Massachusetts. She has a lot of family in Florida as well. So I want to make sure that we actually go down there, or that, you know, we actually move around in 2021, just to kind of be with everyone and just, you know, be a little bit more closer to family, and of course my family as well. So
yeah, and I think, you know, just for me moving forward into the new year is like, you know, appreciate those people that appreciate you, and don't waste or put energy into people that aren't putting energy into you. I just don't. I don't think it's just not worth it at this point, you know.
Absolutely.
So you know, that's really where my head is at. We hopefully will be looking for an apartment come the summer. We'll start looking, at least to see, so we can actually get our own place. That's definitely something to look forward to in 2021. And there's some other stuff I can't really say right now.
You have to check the next video.
But keep watching the vlog, because
there's gonna be some interesting
super interesting stuff.
There's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna be emotional, a lot of things that's gonna be a roller coaster. There's just gonna be a lot of details that we're gonna be talking about, especially within our life as individuals, as well as together. Challenges, just many different things. Again, we have a 14-year gap. If you guys,
did we talk about that already?
I don't think.
Yeah, I think in our
previous
Halloween video we might have said it, but the whole thing about our channel is age ain't nothing but a number. I am now 41.
I am 27.
Yeah.
So you know, there has been some challenges. There are things that, you know, we do deal with. There has been a lot of things, but for the most part, I think we're really good. But there's just a lot of things that we worry about. There has been times that we've cried in different places. I just really want to get into so much of the details because, you know, I think about us all the time, and, you know, I just really want it to work. Like, it's not that it's not working, but there's just a lot of things that I want that might not happen, and, you know, it's just hard to let go of that thought. So I want you guys to kind of really keep watching our channel and just keep watching the videos, just so that you guys can see what our steps are and what we really want from our relationship and where it's gonna go.
All right, so yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next time. Definitely stay tuned for more. Follow us at our joint Instagram, REDFANTV _. Not that other crazy REDFANTV person that's on Instagram. I don't know who that is.
Right. But you can also find our individual Instagrams in the bios. Bye.
Bye.